Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Daily Stock Market Analysis. And this morning, I gave my subscribers an update pre-market around 9 o'clock. I told everybody to buy Enbridge. This is the biggest Canadian natural gas utility sector stock. And you can see it's up 1.1%. So you can see easy trades. Even around pre-market 9 a.m., I told you guys to look and keep an eye on S&P 500. I gave these levels. Red lines are where we sell, green lines are where we buy. And this morning around 9 a.m., it was touching red line, and whoever took that short trade made easy around 0.5% around this middle white line. And even Nasdaq 100, it was here. I told you guys these are the levels, and look to short here, and you don't want to buy here. Wait for a dip, and it dipped around 0.6%. Easy trades here, and even intraday, I was giving my members updates on stocks to buy. We will review everything. End of day, we will review what stocks are in buy zone for as soon as tomorrow. And if you guys want to know all these trade ideas before market open around 9 a.m., so you're ready for the trade and to buy, you can subscribe. There's a join button. You can subscribe to all in package. It's only like $6 for a month, which is like very reasonable. And if you make one trade, you can buy, you can get paid back for the entire year membership. So it's nothing to lose. And if you don't like it, just unsubscribe from next day. Okay, guys. So it's easy. And even if you don't want to subscribe, it's fine. End of day, I'm giving these guys updates. All these updates, it's free for you. So share with your friends and family and hit the like button. All right. So these are futures, S&P 500 futures, and this is now still going. The levels here are around 45.99. Let's say 4600 for standard deviation for tonight, and 4615, so 4631. So what that means is S&P 500 can still go higher, and the higher we go, we start taking short positions or put positions. We can start taking inverse ETFs. So when this one goes higher, the inverse ETFs go lower, but when this one goes lower, inverse ETF goes higher. So the higher we go, the more you buy inverse ETF. Okay, so we are now very close to the sell zone. So this is sell zone and this is buy zone. So this is basically you don't take any trades, you look to take profits here. Okay, so these are the levels for S&P 500, Nasdaq 100, also very close to the sell zone. So these are the levels for tonight, and I will be sharing levels at 9 a.m. So you guys know if you want to trade, day trade it, quickly take 0.5, 1%, 2% profit. You can look at those levels. US 30, Dow Jones, these are levels. You can take a screenshot of these. US 2000, actually it's in perfect near second standard deviation. This is a perfect short zone, to be honest. So I think we will dip. So this is the area where you should be looking to short or buy put options on IWM, which is the ETF, or you can buy any inverse ETF. And let's keep moving. Wheat. This is a trade still going on, and it's still a bit low. But the good thing is if I hide the standard deviation, you can see it's right on support. It's sold almost 5.5% today, and it's bouncing, and you can see it's right on this green support line, and you can see it made a higher high, and now it's making a higher low. So this is where it needs to hold, and this is where you want to buy on support. You don't want to buy on resistance. This is where if I bring in, I will show you later on, if I bring in other moving averages, this is around 200 EMA here. Actually, let me bring it right now so you guys can see it. So you can see wheat on daily chart, it came to, these are 200 EMA and 200 SMA, and this is where it got resistance and it's dropped, and now it's on this 50 daily SMA. This is where you buy wheat. This is on support, and it fell from resistance, so this is a perfect time. And if I bring my indicator back on, you can see here it's now near second standard deviation. This is a very good to buy time to buy. WEAT is the ETF. This is the ETF you should be looking to buy. Natural gas is in the middle, so anything around white line, middle line, you do nothing. All right, so we just skip it, do nothing here. Gold came to the sell zone and then sold, and now it's in the middle. We just ignored the middle range. Crude oil is now in the sell zone, so look for dips, look for shorting crude oil here. And TSX, this is Toronto Stock Exchange, it's also near the sell zone, so wait for dips. And Hang Seng Index, Chinese index, it's also in the sell zone, so nothing to do here. Bitcoin is all day mostly was in the buy zone, just jumping around, and now also it's trying to come below 29,200, so that's the buy zone. So you can look at these levels here. Ethereum is already in the buy zone. You can see the levels here. Bonds are in the middle. We don't do anything here. And let's quickly look at commodities. Copper is perfect time to short here. Corn is also in the buy zone. I prefer wheat over corn because wheat is much safer. Soya beans is also below third standard deviation. Good time to buy soya beans here. And let's quickly look at stocks. If there's any stock as soon as tomorrow trade, which we can buy. XLV healthcare stock just jumping at the end. You can see all day it was below first standard deviation. Good time to buy XLV. Let's see what stocks dumped, and let's review it. Microsoft is still above the buy zone. I don't want to trade anything here. Intel is still above the buy zone. No trades here. Let's quickly see something else here. Honeywell is also, you can see it came to third standard deviation, and this is a great time to buy Honeywell. This is also in the buy zone right now. And let's quickly scan through what else is there. TELUS is also near third standard deviation. Very good time to buy TELUS. Bell is now jumping. It's been in the buy zone for last couple of days. Still a good time to buy Bell. Let's see, Costco getting closer to the buy zone. Still not there yet. Pfizer is in the buy zone. Tomorrow is earnings, so we'll see how it goes. So it can be a coin flip, but probability is telling me it's going to bounce because it's in the buy zone. Let's quickly scan what else is here. This is a Canadian stock exchange, TSX. It's also in the buy zone. Dollarama is in the buy zone. Let's see what else is here. CP Rail, it's just bouncing very close to the buy zone. WCN, not close to the buy zone. QSR is also not close to the buy zone. And yeah, that's about it. And also I reviewed MA. Came to the buy zone. It was in buy zone on Friday. I told you guys, and now it's jumping 0.3% here. And also MasterCard. Let's quickly look at MasterCard. Sorry, this is MasterCard. There was another one, Shopify. Somebody wanted to review, and it's also close to the sell zone. So we'll wait for dips on these to go long later. Okay. So these are the levels and stocks. If you like any other stocks you want me to share, just put a comment here and I will add till the end, and I will show you levels for those. Zoom also not near. Target also not here. Okay. All right. So let's quickly do a daily analysis and see how things are going. Starting with Bitcoin. Let's hide this standard deviation. Let's go and get famous indicator 10 in 1 moving average, and you can see here Bitcoin daily chart, still no reversal yet. I want to see, if I zoom in a bit, I want to see this green line crossing above red line. Is still not happening, so no reversal yet, still going lower. Also this trend line here, you can see this trend line, white trend line, support, 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 also coming for support, and it's getting closer, closing below this red daily SMA line, so which is not a good sign, but it's most likely, you can see it's almost curling this green line. I think it's towards the end, so maybe a couple of days. This also MACD is also going higher, so I think Bitcoin is going to bottom very, very soon and pump higher. Okay. Ethereum also same thing. You can see Ethereum is actually just trying to go below this trend line, but we can give it a little bit of room, but I still don't see any reversal. Same like Bitcoin, I want to see a green dot printed and then green line crossing above red line, so no reversal yet, but it's on the support line. So this is where you want to buy on support. I do expect Ethereum to go higher, same thing Bitcoin to go higher after this dip. This is going to be a great buying opportunity before it goes above previous highs, and I think 36K is very possible on Bitcoin. All right, so that's on Bitcoin. Let's quickly look at S&P 500, and you can see S&P 500. Let's go to 1 hour chart. Did it fill any gaps? Still there are gaps here. Let me hide these. This gap you can see here. You can see it now. So end of the day, little bit of pump, but still it's not able to go above this previous candle. So slowly it's going away, but seasonality is also coming, so it's going to be a bit weak. I do expect there are multiple gaps. These gaps do get filled. If I hide these lines, you can see easily all these gaps, all these green lines are the gap to downside, and I think it's due for a pullback because there are divergences. You can see here PPO is the stock is going higher, PPO is going lower, and even RSI is going lower as stock is going higher. And although we got a green dot today, but that can be a fake out move as well. So just be careful. These divergences are telling me something else. However, RSI is telling me there's a conflict of information right now. We'll see how actually Amazon is reporting earnings very soon this week. So we'll see, and Apple is also reporting. So next move will be determined by that. But this looks like very overextended. It needs a cool down before it goes higher. Triple Qs, Nasdaq. Let's go to 1 hour charts. Still see there's a gap here, still not filled. This gap is still not filled. Also, there are multiple gaps to the downside. So if I go to daily chart, there's this trend line. I think eventually we're gonna have maybe we'll have a double top and then go lower. So just be careful, okay? So what I'm trying to tell you is just wait for a dip. Although we are in a bull market, we should wait for a dip to buy. These are very overextended, so I think seasonality next couple of months should be weak. July and August, September. Sorry, July is almost done. Today is the last date. August and September should be weak, so expect some dips in overall all indices. IWM also multiple gaps to the downside, so looking for those down targets. And wheat, I already told you it's near the buy here. This is where it's on the support. This is where you want to buy. Natural gas looking nice on this trend line, so nothing to worry about it. So buy all the dips on natural gas. Bottom is in on natural gas, looks like. It's holding this white 50 SMA line, so things are looking good. Gold, where it found resistance here around 1980 and went down, made a lower high, now going lower. It really needs to break above this previous high around 1981 to be bullish. It can still fail and then go lower. There's a gap here around 1870, so just be mindful of that. Silver, very bullish move here, but still looks like making a lower highs. I want to see this previous high gone and make a new candle, but let's see if it's going to do same as what gold does. Oil, very bullish. You can see making higher highs, higher lows, and looking very bullish, just going straight up. So this is not good for inflation trade, guys. Like oil is going higher and higher, gas prices are going higher. This is not good for anybody. So next inflation data, definitely oil will be a big factor. Toronto Stock Exchange also, I don't see anything near previous highs, so you have to be careful here. Wait for a dip on this as well. Hang Seng Index, massive gap up, guys. This is pretty very bullish above this 200 SMA. So let's see, are we going to get an opportunity to get this dip before we go higher? I'm not sure, but my preferred route, because of seasonality, I do really prefer if it can go down, fill this gap, then go higher. All right. Bitcoin and Ethereum we covered. Copper came to this buy zone before, now going higher, so it's buy the dip now. So buy any dips on copper. And corn, you can see it got rejected right where the resistance is, got rejected. Now it's again in the buy zone. You can see here a lot of support. This is where you want to buy corn. You don't want to buy corn here, you want to sell corn here. Soya beans, you can see got a sell dot, massive red candle, and a red dot yesterday, I mean on Friday, and right on support now looks like. So let's see, this is where looks like it's right on support here. So this is where you should be looking to buy commodities. Looks like all commodities are on support. So you can see all these confluence here. So I'm not sure why they're selling, maybe because of high interest rates. Looks like everything is selling. Sugar still struggling, but you can see it got rejected on this white trend line, got back tested, it now failing. So we'll see how it goes. I really want sugar to go above this white trend line to be bullish again. So we covered all these. Let's quickly look at gold miners. Massive bounce, but a lot of selling end of day. Let's go to 1 hour chart. Looks like this gap is filled, so you can get rid of that. And minor gap here, minor gap here. It's in the middle of a gap up, a gap down. So we'll see how gold miners 2 also came very close to this trend line. Is this gonna be the bottom? It's quite possible. Like it's projecting, it's doing how I was projecting. But I think it's buy the dip. Any dips, look to buy. There's a gap here. The 2 green lines are the gaps. So look to buy any dips you get. XLK, again, same as NASDAQ 100. So nothing much here. Waiting for this to do a double top and go lower. XLE, a massive gap up because of oil, but eventually these gaps should be filled. So be careful here. XLV looks like it doesn't want to go make this high. I wanted it to fill this gap first, but looks like it wants to go down, fill these gaps. Tomorrow is Pfizer earning, so maybe that's going to be the turning point. Maybe it will go down, earnings will be bad, and then go higher. We'll see how it goes. XLU utilities are getting support here around 200 EMA and SMA line 200s. So look to buy on support. You always look to buy on support, not on resistance. Okay. XLI flat, but you can see making divergences here. You can see new highs with divergences on PP and RSI. Not interested in industrial sector here. Real estate looks like it wants to go down to the support line. So it can have a little bit more selling here. XLF looks like it filled this gap. Let's go to 1 hour chart. Yeah, it did fill this gap end of the day. So you can get rid of this. Now there's another gap here. There's another massive gap. So I think seasonality should play. We did get a red dot here, and looks like green line is about to cross red line. So this is a bearish reversal. So be very careful on XLF. Let's look at Tesla. Let's go to 1 hour chart. Looks like there was a massive news. Uber is buying Teslas. So pump in the morning, then dump, and again it kind of closed flat, 0.3%. But if I hide this chart, you can see so many gaps to fill to the downside. Okay, so I am looking for, you can see we got a red dot here, and there's no reversal signs yet. So I'm looking for more selling and Tesla to come on this trend line. Netflix 1% up. There's a gap here that can be filled. I don't know when, but I think it makes sense for Netflix to come back on this trend line. That will be a good dip buying opportunity. Google, massive gap up, and I think we should this gap should be filled eventually. I don't know when, but I'm not interested in buying any tech stocks here. Microsoft is looking all right. Looks like a little bit more selling if it gets a little bit more lower here. From here to this trend line around 4 or 5%, that will be a good area to buy in Microsoft. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. Apple earnings are coming very soon. Just holding this bearish rising wedge with divergence on PP on RSI. This is telling me this should sell, but we'll see how it goes. It's already at the new all-time highs, but I'm not interested in buying Apple here. Meta selling off with massive gap up, so looking for these gaps to fill. Not interested in buying Meta here. You can see here going on divergences, and today, yesterday it gapped up, closed above this trend line. Today closed below. So let's see how low it goes. I think eventually it's going to fill this gap, the first gap at minimum. Amazon earnings very soon this week, so it looks like it's following my projection, but it came to this trend line and bouncing. Next step will be based on earnings. Amazon is still ways away from all-time highs, so let's see quickly here. It's still ways away from all-time highs, around 40%. So there's quite a room for upside, so be very careful shorting this stock. Also did just got a nice dip, and now it's heading higher. So actually, I'm going to get rid of this projection, so we'll see how Amazon does. Let's bring in moving averages. It's getting interesting. So I will be keeping a close eye on Amazon. It has potential to pop higher, so just be very careful shorting the stock. Snowflakes, gaps here. Still finding support on this 50 daily SMA line. So still we'll wait and see. Not interested in buying this here. NVDA, a lot of gaps to the downside. No interest whatsoever here. This is where just wait for earnings and see what happens. It's just gonna probably chop around here. Massive divergence on RSI and PPO. AMD, I think earnings are very soon, probably tomorrow end of day. So we'll see how it goes. This is also a bit away from all-time highs. If they talk about AI or anything regarding AI, it's going to pump very high. So around 43% still upside potential. And also there's a gap to the down as well. So I'm 50-50 on AMD. Not sure how it will go. Intel had a good earning, but now it is giving all the gains back. Looks like it wants to fill this gap before going higher. So I think most likely Intel will go lower, fill this gap, and then go higher. Okay, Shopify, multiple gaps with huge divergence. You can see Shopify is not looking good. to me. So I'm looking for basically a little bit of you can see here massive divergence here on PPO and also on RSI. So looks like earnings could be very bearish, and this massive earnings gap, so it can come down, fill that gap. So be very careful here if you want to buy Shopify. Pfizer right at the bottom. Earnings are tomorrow morning, so we'll see how it goes. I think this is a good stock to buy. Massive upside potential possible here. And also, I think Disney was. Let's quickly look at Disney was pumping today, 3% up. Massive green candle, right, finding resistance where it should. So we'll see if it's going to sell down tomorrow, but you should be looking to buy in around support. We got a green dot today, and also it looks like green line cross red line. So looks like Disney might be able to start a bull run now. We'll see how it goes. I think that's about it, guys. If you're interested in anything else, any other stocks, shoot a comment below. And again, share this with friends and family. Hit the like button on your way out. And if you like what you're seeing and want to join, just click this subscribe button. Okay, guys, take care. Bye.